So on the test, it's fairly common or known that they just give you a table of the activities and show you their durations and early starts and early finish dates, as well as their late start and late finish dates. And then they ask you, what's the float of one of these activities? So in this table, what's the float of D? And I have to remember what I subtract from what. So I have to subtract either the right-hand side of the box, the finish dates from each other, or the left-hand side, the start dates. So if you subtract the finish dates, you're going to subtract early finish from late finish, and you're going to get a float of 1. Or we could use the other side of the box, the left-hand side of the box where the start dates are, and subtract those from each other. So for D, subtract early start from late start, and of course we also get 1. Better get the same answer either way. So one more problem then, what's the float of A? So same thing, just subtract early finish from late finish and you'll get 4. So here's the network diagram for that table that I was just showing you. So let's just do a forward pass through this network diagram and use a 0 method. So what's the early start for A? 0. Early finish is 3. So for C, what's its early start? 0. Early finish is 7. Let's go do B. What's the early start for B? Which one drives its early start? C does, the one with the higher early finish. So that drives its early start. So its early finish is 17. So let's go down and do D. D's early start is 7. It's only got the one predecessor. Its early finish is 16. So now we have to do, or we can do E. And which one is driving E's early start? And it's the one with the higher early finish date. So B's drives E's early start, so that's 17, and its early finish is 25. So that's the end of the project, and we could go bold in the critical path here. This forward pass that we just completed gives us critical path, as you know. So let's bold that in. And as you remember, we just work backwards from finish and we bold in the predecessor with a higher early finish. So E is critical path. It has two predecessors, B and D. B has a higher early finish, so it's critical path. It has two predecessors. C has a higher early finish, so it's critical path. And of course, we go back to start. So that's our critical path: start, C, B, E, finish. And the path length for this critical path is 25. So let's go ahead and do our backward pass, and that'll give us float. So as you remember, it's real simple on the critical path, right? The late finish has to equal early finish, late start has to equal early start. So no math, no thinking, just plug those values in. So that's the backward pass through the critical path here. So we only have two other activities to do. D, so what's D's late finish? And it's the late start of its successor E, which is 17. Now we just subtract the duration to get a late start of 8. So what's D's float? And it's 1. We just subtract the early finish from the late finish, get 1, or do the other side, the left-hand side, subtract early start from late start, and better get the same answer. That's also 1. So now we just do A, and again, very simple here. A's just got the one successor B, so B's late start drives A's late finish, subtract the duration, and we get a late start for A of 4, and now we know its float is 4. Again, subtract early finish from late finish to get 4, or the other side.